Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, heart racing over things that haven't even happened yet? Have you ever felt your chest tighten, your breath shorten, just thinking about tomorrow, as if your very life depends on solving everything right now, or else something terrible will fall apart? If anxiety is a quiet companion you know too well, if you've ever whispered to yourself, "I just want peace," then pause here, and in the comments, write, "I choose calm." Let this moment be your beginning. You are not alone in this. In fact, you are far more human than you realize. Anxious thoughts are not proof that something is wrong with you. They are signs that your mind is trying to protect you, even when it doesn't know how. But here's the truth. The Buddha taught a truth so simple that it's easy to miss. Anxiety is not caused by life itself. It is caused by the way we relate to life and the way out. It's not in controlling more. It's not in having all the answers. It's in learning how to stay calm and let the universe do its work. That may sound impossible, especially if you've spent years trying to fix everything, trying to get ahead of every bad possibility, trying to never let your guard down. But what if the very thing you think is protecting you, your constant mental noise, your hypervigilance, is actually what's hurting you? The Buddha saw clearly that the mind is like a wild monkey, swinging from branch to branch, thought to thought, fear to fear. It jumps from the past to the future, rarely resting in the only place where peace can be found, the present. And that's where anxiety grows, not in what's happening, but in what we fear might happen. Not in the truth, but in the illusion we create around it. The good news: the mind can be trained. It can be soothed, not by force, but by understanding. And when we learn to let go of what we cannot control, when we loosen the grip and soften into trust, anxiety loses its power. You see, anxiety feeds on the illusion of control. It whispers, "If I just think this through one more time, if I just predict every outcome, if I just prepare for the worst." But what it doesn't tell you is that life is not meant to be controlled. It's meant to be lived, and the universe, it's not waiting on your worry. It's already in motion, already unfolding. The seasons change, the sun rises, the breath comes and goes, all without your intervention. You are part of that rhythm. You are part of that flow. You don't have to carry the entire sky on your shoulders. The Buddhist path begins with one thing: awareness, not fixing, not fighting, just noticing. Noticing how your anxiety forms, noticing what triggers the spiral, and gently, without judgment, returning to your breath. Because every time you return to the breath, you are saying, "I am here. I am safe. I don't need to know everything right now." Thich Nhat Hanh, one of the most beloved Buddhist teachers, said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." And that's what this is: anchoring yourself in something real, not imagined. The breath is not in the future. It is here, always here. Try it now. Just one breath, slowly in, slowly out. And in that space, listen, the present moment has no fear. It has no urgency. It simply is. And in that isness, there is peace. But what about real problems? What about the bills, the deadlines, the relationships, the unknown? Yes, they exist. but your suffering over them often comes not from the problems themselves, but from the mental weight you add, from the story you spin, from the belief that you are alone, or unprepared, or doomed. And that is the illusion the Buddha came to break. He taught that everything arises and passes away. Everything. Joy, pain, thought, fear, even anxiety. It is not who you are. It is an experience, a wave. And like every wave, it will rise and it will fall. So how do you ride it? Not by drowning in it, not by wishing it away, but by becoming the witness, watching it rise, watching it peak, watching it pass, like sitting at the edge of a river, watching leaves float by. This practice is not passive, it is powerful. Because when you stop trying to fix your inner world and start observing it, space opens. And in that space, the anxiety has less grip. And now comes the hardest part for the anxious mind, the part where we talk about surrender. Stay calm and let the universe do its work. This isn't about blind faith. It's about deep trust. The kind of trust that understands your job is not to control every outcome, but to show up fully in this moment. The kind of trust that says, I will take one step and the path will appear beneath me. You don't have to know what comes next. You only have to be present with what is. Buddhism teaches that control is an illusion and anxiety thrives on illusions. But truth is stable. Truth is this: you are alive right now. You are breathing. The ground is beneath you. The moment is unfolding. And that is enough. The universe, whether you call it karma, the Tao, divine flow, or simply the natural law of cause and effect, it is already in motion. You are not separate from it. You are it. Your anxiety may tell you you're isolated, behind, unsafe, but the deeper truth is, you are part of something vast, wise, and always moving toward balance. Even the suffering serves. Even the fear teaches. Even the stillness heals. So instead of fighting the tide, what if you let yourself float? Instead of gripping, what if you opened your hands? Instead of chasing peace, what if you allowed it to find you? The Buddha never said life would be easy, but he offered a way to relate to life that brings freedom. And freedom doesn't mean no fear. It means fear no longer drives the car. Anxiety may still visit. It may whisper at the edges, but you are not obligated to follow it. You can choose presence over prediction. You can choose breath over panic. You can choose calm not because everything is okay, but because calm is who you are beneath the storm. The famous Zen saying goes, let go or be dragged. And letting go is not abandonment, it is wisdom. It is trusting that the seeds you've planted will grow in their own time, that your worth is not measured by your stress, that your path unfolds not because you force it, but because you show up. So let the universe do its work. Not because you're lazy, but because you're aligned. You still act, you still speak, you still move, but you do it with ease, not fear. You do it from a place of inner stillness, not outer pressure. And that, more than anything, disarms anxiety. You don't have to be perfect to begin. You don't need to be free from anxiety to start living differently. The calm you're searching for doesn't come after you've solved every problem. It comes in the space between breath and thought. In the moment, you choose to step out of the storm and stand quietly in the eye of it and know it won't be easy at first. The anxious mind is a mind that has been trained, often for years, to scan for danger, to anticipate what could go wrong, to prepare for pain before it arrives. But the beauty of the mind is that it can be retrained. You are not stuck. You are not doomed to fear forever. You are capable of creating a new rhythm, one grounded in awareness, not panic. Each time anxiety rises, see it as a bell of mindfulness, a call back home, not a punishment, not a failure, but a signal. There is something here asking for attention, not reaction attention. That is the difference between unconscious fear and conscious awareness. When you resist the urge to immediately fix or flee, when you choose instead to breathe and observe, you build inner space. And in that space, transformation begins. Think of anxiety like a storm in a glass of water. Shake the glass, and everything is chaos. But place the glass down, let it rest, and the storm settles on its own. Your task is not to eliminate every storm, it is to stop shaking the glass. This is the stillness the Buddha speaks of, not a life without turbulence, but a heart that is steady despite it. So how do you let the universe do its work? First, by understanding that control is not the same as care. You can care deeply without gripping tightly. You can take action without anxiety. You can make decisions without panic. In fact, when the mind is calm, your choices are wiser, more aligned, more compassionate, because they are not fueled by fear, but by clarity. The Dalai Lama reminds us that if a problem can be solved, there is no need to worry. And if it cannot be solved, worry is of no use. This is not indifference. This is liberation. This is living with a light heart, even when the world is heavy. You let the universe do its work by honoring your place within it, by remembering that you are not the sole architect of every outcome. You plant seeds, you water them, but you do not pull at the roots demanding they bloom on your schedule. Patience is not passivity. It is trust in process. It is faith in unfolding. And this trust does not have to be spiritual in nature. It can be grounded in observation. Just look at the seasons. The way winter gives way to spring without your intervention. The way wounds heal. The way tides rise and fall. There is a deep intelligence to life, one that does not require your constant interference. Your anxiety may say, do more, be faster, stay alert, or something bad will happen. But Buddhist wisdom replies, slow down, sit still, see clearly. The answer is already within you. You don't need to fight the mind to calm it. You need to listen to it, to soothe it like a frightened child, to offer it stillness instead of solutions, presence instead of panic. Try this the next time your mind spins into worst-case scenarios. Pause and say to yourself, I see you. Fear, I hear you. And I choose peace anyway. This doesn't mean you ignore real danger. It means you learn to tell the difference between imagined threats and present truth. Most of our suffering is not from what is, but from what if. The Buddha taught that anxiety, like all mental formations, arises due to causes and conditions. It is not your identity. It is not your fault. It is not fixed. It is a process. And anything that arises due to conditions can fade when those conditions are transformed. You transform the conditions by how you respond, by building a life of intention rather than reaction, by choosing rituals that ground you: daily breath, mindful walking, meditative pauses, gentle compassion for your inner world. You create an inner ecosystem of peace, not by pretending to be okay, but by meeting what is there with truth and tenderness. You stay calm, not by suppressing your feelings, but by holding them in the cradle of awareness. And then, quietly, you step aside. You stop micromanaging the universe. You stop trying to rewrite every outcome. You allow the mystery to do what it does best: unfold, evolve, teach. Yes, things may go differently than you expect, but who says different means worse? How many times have you been protected by something not working out? How many times has life surprised you, healed you, shaped you in ways you never saw coming? The universe does not need your panic. It needs your participation, your presence, your willingness to meet life where it is not where your fear says it should be. So here you are, alive, awake, breathing. The moment is here, and it asks for nothing but your presence. Let that be enough. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And every time you choose calm over chaos, breath over worry, trust over fear, you come home. You return to that quiet knowing that your task is not to force, but to flow. Not to push, but to witness. Not to brace, but to open. This is not weakness. This is strength of the deepest kind, the strength of surrender, the power of peace. So stay calm and let the universe do its work. And if these words touched something inside you, leave a comment below. I trust the flow. Let it be your affirmation. Let it be your practice. And when anxiety visits again, and it will, don't panic. Smile gently, breathe deeply, and remember, you are not here to hold the universe together. You are here to dance with it.